Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to go over the new sets that came out in NHL 21. So we're going to talk about the fantasy sets, the new Sun sets, as well as the new Master Icon sets, because there's just a lot of them. I thought I'd throw them all together in just one and talk about what ones I think are worth it and things to focus on. So let's start with that. Guys, so we'll start with the sunsets. I don't know if I mentioned this in a prior video, but I kind of want to now. So the lit versus grit sets, just in case anyone's missed it. Again, if you have any of these master items, so let's say Heiskanen, okay, you can trade in the 90 Heiskanen and get 5 gold collectibles. This goes for every single lit versus grit card. I would honestly do it for any of the 89s except for Heiskanen, because I don't think you got to remember that you're getting 4 gold collectibles. That's, 200k. All of the other ones I would recommend doing. And again, if you have them untradeable, like if you have the untradeable Blake Wheeler or something like that, definitely do it. It's worth it to get the collectibles back. You're not going to use them in your lineup, and they're better served for you trying to create new cards. So this is a good addition to NHL 21. Like I said, the only ones I wouldn't would be maybe Bergeron, the 90, as well as Heiskanen. Outside of that, yeah, I'm trading in all of these for the gold collectibles for sure. All right, so today we got some big ones in the 86 upgrade set. So we've got the 91 Howie Morenz. It comes with 2 to distributor and 2 to passing playmaker. This was honestly one of my favorite cards at launch of the game. He's just incredible in terms of speed down the wing. Absolutely flies. Here's the thing. There are a bunch of cards that are around the same price that I would, that you could probably get away with in terms of this. Now, the 2 to distributor, obviously that's worth it, but passing playmaker just really isn't one that a lot of people go after or have. But that being said, it's not like it's terrible. But 450,000 coins roughly with 9 gold icon collectibles to make them. Definitely won't be disappointed. Obviously, in his own zone defensively, he's a liability for sure. But outside of that, obviously one of the best left-handed wingers in the game with 98 speed with distributor activated. You can get his acceleration to 99. Agility's up high as well. His slap shot's kind of low, just for a 91, obviously. You can't really complain there. But with the wrist shot being perfect, you really don't need that much to upgrade. But regardless, a really, really good card. He just, as we get later into the game, the bigger cards will have a little bit better speed to kind of cope. Early on, I think that he just took advantage of the fact that speed wasn't even close for a majority of all of the cards in the game. Very, very good card. I think that there's some other ones you should prioritize instead, but this is you can't go wrong with the 91 Howie Morenz. Next up, we've got the 91 Scott NIEDERMAYER. Obviously, one of the more popular defensemen when he was out first in the game. 2 to balanced, obviously not a synergy you're looking to activate, so that kind of hurts his value, but 2 to speedster is obviously important. Outside of that, he's got 94 speed before distributor. The one thing that I'm not a huge fan of is that while he's going to be extremely fast, one of the fastest defensemen in the game, his shot is below 90 before the barrage. Like, you have to have barrage activated. Then his body checking is only 87, which isn't awful, but it's not dominant either. And then stick checking at 96 and 98, that's obviously fantastic. I think that they're now with, I would much rather have for almost the same price OEL and Clefbaum than this card specifically. So keep that in mind, guys. It's, again, don't hear what I'm not saying. He's an incredible card. It's just, again, if you're going to invest all of those icons, you want to make sure it's for the guys that are really going to be worth it, and we're going to talk about one right now. All right, so one of the more anticipated 86 overall cards, the 91 Matt Sundin, 6'5" with 2 to distributor and 2 to thief. This is the prototype centerman you want. If Couturier didn't exist, this is the best centerman in the game. And right now, before Couturier gets upgraded even more, he probably is the best centerman in the game. Just distributor, if you can get thief activated, max on the draws. He is very sluggish. 90 speed is still 90 speed, but you'll feel the fact that he's 230 pounds. Like, he is big. His shot is above 90, which is okay. But you're not going to be able to L2 very well with him, things like that, which a lot of people rely on. He is going to be very slow. That being said, again, defensively, one of the best in the game. 6'5", you will bump everyone off the puck. If you can get thief activated, he's got 99 stick checking, 97 defensive awareness. This is an incredible center card, and definitely one that I would recommend spending your icons on if you already have the Matt Sundin. Great card to buy. I would go out and get him for sure. All right, now let's talk about the new fantasy sets, as we did get the new fantasy sets, so we'll talk about all the cards first before showing them. The 93 Sean Couturier, 6'3", with 2 to Spark and still 1 to Howitzer. Like I said, this is still my favorite centerman in the game. Again, it's very close between him and Sundin. I think that he gets a little bit more speed. His shot is far better. Everything else is roughly the same. He's got 95 face-off, and he's 6'3", so it's not like he's a slouch there. It's just the all-around package of Sean Couturier, I think, is better. But still, this is a must-have, guys. For anyone that doesn't have him, this should be your first card to go after and grind, because it's free and available to everyone in terms of being able to get him. So just a great card all the way around. Then we've got the 93 Mark Stone, and I still think that, like, obviously this is the least favorite of all of them. I mean, with 2 to Distributor and 1 to Wingman, I think that his synergies help prop this card up more than anything else. He's like a right-handed version of Leon Draisaitl, just much slower and heavier. I've had a lot of people tell me that he doesn't play very good because you notice how slow he is, so it is going to take a certain kind of player to want to be able to use him correctly. And again, if you get into the zone, use behind the net, and cycle a ton, this is going to be a great card for you. He's got max wrist shot and slap shot, basically, and defensively he's going to be great for you. But among all the other options, I don't think you'd want to invest in him. He's just going to cost a lot in comparison to what the other guys give you. Moving on, we've got the 92 Cale Makar with Shutdown and Barrage. This is a great card. One of the best defensemen, in my opinion, just because of his, his body checking with speed. Like, body checking makes up for the fact he's only 5'11", but if you can get Barrage on this card, any defenseman with 99 shooting is very, very high-end, because, again, that gives you such an advantage with point shots, being able to just rip them from anywhere. So definitely one you want to take advantage of if you already have the Cale Makar for sure. And then lastly, we've got the 91 Brock Besser with Speedster and 2 to Balance. The Balance obviously hurts this card because it's very tough to just have a card that gives 1 to a player-based synergy. Obviously, that will improve, I think, over time. But this is the prototype winger card. He's got 95 speed once you get Distributor, and 99 wrist shot. Like, this is the right-handed version of Howie Morenz, just 6'1", so he's an incredible card, but he's got a lot of competition on that right-hand side, so keep that in mind. But definitely another card for free-to-play players. Specifically, you want to make sure that you upgrade when you can. All right, guys, now let's talk about the sets. My first piece of feedback on it, so let's do the Sean Couturier. I hate this. It made a lot of sense early on, but now basically what's happened is everything's price gated and locked. What you're seeing is that people will go out and just buy any Philadelphia Flyer, Vancouver Canuck, Vegas Golden Knight, and Colorado Avalanche player. And, like, while that's cool and gives certain cards value, I hate price locking, because basically here's the issue. If you don't have Ivan Provorov, for example, Provorov might be a bad example. Just here, we'll take one look at him in the auction house. Yeah, none up. Like, and especially the under 80s, because the cap is so low, like, you're just never going to get these guys. So, I think that it's extremely frustrating to not be able to make these cards, whether, one would be available in Hut Rush or a pack that would allow you to. That needs to be implemented, in my opinion, and definitely going to voice my opinion in the Game Changer chat. I hate the price locking. So those are the ones for Couturier. We'll take a look just to make sure you guys don't sell from the other ones. Mark Stone, he requires Alec Martinez and Shea Theodore. So again, don't sell any of these guys if you already have them. You want to keep them and then potentially sell them if if the price cap ever goes up. For Cale Makar, it is going to be Gabriel Landeskog, who I think I just got rid of, to be honest with you. And then lastly, for Besser, it is a very weird one because it is the Washington Capital Braden Holtby. So again, guys, watch out for those ones, as you don't want to sell them and then regret it because you could have made a lot more coins. All right, guys, so that is going to do it for all of the sets and whatnot today. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below. I'll see you guys next time.